Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here with another specialist guide, and today it's finally time to take a look at Mackay, another assault specialist. I've done the same for Zane, and we're going to keep this going until we basically cover all the specialists in Battlefield 2042. This is for those new players who are coming into the game. I do believe those numbers are actually increasing. I see a lot of new players in the game, and I decided to do this for those new players that are coming into the game to have a kickstart and get things going faster for them. Also, I have a playlist now for these videos called Specialist Guides. You can go ahead and check out that playlist. Every single video that I make on specialists and on how to play them basically goes into that playlist, and you can find them all at one place. I put the link to that down in the description so you guys can check it out anytime you want. Without further ado, let's just get started and see what we've got here with Mackay. So first of all, Mackay is a assault specialist, and it has a specialist gadget called the Grappling Hook, which you can use to scale buildings, reach zip lines, or damage enemy soldiers. Damaging enemy soldiers is not like that big of a deal. Nobody actually uses it for that. It's basically a tool that can get you up on buildings, on containers, and helping you reach places that a normal specialist wouldn't be able to go. So that's basically what the grappling hook does. And the specialist trait here is called Nimble. You can move faster when aiming and on zip lines. Now you might think that this trait isn't really that big of a deal, but actually it really is important when it comes to gunfights, and we'll talk about that in a few seconds. So for the grappling hook, which is the main gadget for Mackay, I just want to tell you what advantages it will give you. So there are three main advantages that this gadget will give you. First of all, the grappling hook gives you height advantage, which is ridiculously important when it comes to playing Battlefield 2042, generally any other Battlefield game. Height advantage is something that you always need to be able to make for yourself. So whether you're on a rooftop, you're on a container, it doesn't even matter if you're playing 2042 or like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, it really doesn't matter. If you can have some height advantage, you will have some more options to be able to defeat your enemies. So that's something basic in Battlefield games. I know that's exactly the case in other FPS games, but generally speaking, in Battlefield games, it really is an important factor to keep in mind. So the more height advantage you provide for yourself, the more kills you can get. It will be very easier to win gunfights, and it will give you some other options as well, like jumping in front of your enemies without them even knowing you exist, and all those kind of things, okay? So that was the first advantage of the grappling hook. The second one is that it enables you lines of sight that like don't exist for other specialists. Yeah, and you can go to places, you can climb up to places where other specialists can't actually go, except for Sundance probably, which has the wingsuit. But generally speaking, most of these specialists in this game can't really reach some of the places that Mackay can go. Like there are containers in Manifest, for example, that you can climb on top of, and people don't really know you exist because those places are literally locked for other specialists. And that's not the case for Mackay, simply because that grappling hook enables him to go places that other specialists can't really go. And the second advantage is climbing buildings actually takes way less time. Say you're playing Blasco, for example, or you're playing Zane, whatever other specialist. How can you climb a building? All you can do basically is using a ladder, which takes a lot of time, it makes a lot of noise. You can easily be spotted and be killed. So that's a big advantage for Mackay, because Mackay can reach those rooftops a lot quicker. Sometimes enemy team is populating on some rooftops, they're placing radio beacons and they're hurting your team. All you have to do is take that grappling hook out, grapple to the rooftop, and clear things out without making a lot of noises. The grappling hook actually has a noise, but that noise is really not a big deal. It's really not something you need to be concerned about, okay? So that was about the advantages that the grappling hook actually gives you. So let me give you some quick tips about the grappling hook. First of all, as you can see, as I'm equipping the grappling hook, there's a reload animation for it. So this reload animation kind of makes a delay before you can use the grappling hook. So this really wasn't the case about 6 months ago, but with a update, they nerfed Mackay, and this reload animation is now a part of the grappling hook. Every single time that you equip the grappling hook, there's this reload animation, and you can't really do anything about it. And I do believe it was a good thing for fair play, because Mackay was literally overpowered. Even now, I do believe the best specialist in the Assault class is definitely Mackay. It's even better than Zane, and kind of opens up a lot of opportunities and windows for you if you're going to play with any playstyle. So keep this in mind, that you have a reload animation before you can use the grappling hook, and keeping that in mind actually saves your life in many situations. Another tip for you is that you're going to have control over Mackay even when you're mid-grapple. If I want to grapple here, as you can see, as I grapple, I'm leaning towards right and up, okay? So I still have control. Some people, especially those who are new to Mackay, actually make the mistake and just grapple and stay still. Like they don't move around. The problem with that is that it activates some sort of animation, some sort of extra animation for Mackay to basically grab the ledge. I'm going to show it to you right here. As you can see, I'm not moving at all. And I'm just having an extra animation here. Okay. And that actually makes the weapon draw time a bit slower, which in certain positions and in certain locations will cost you your life. So to not have that extra animation, what you have to do is to like move around just a bit and up, just like that. Now I don't have that animation anymore, okay? There's nothing to grab because I'm already on top of the container. So the same applies for almost any building or any obstacle that you want to jump on. Again, I'm going to do it for the rooftop here. See what you've got. As you can see, there's no animation for grabbing that rooftop. Basically, to do that, you have to grapple first and then try to move around and up. Okay, so on PC, I'm right now pressing W and A. So I'm leaning a bit towards left and just a bit higher. So that's how you do it. I'm pretty sure if you practice this just a bit, you'll get the use of it. It's really not something that complicated. It's just something good to know. And that's something you need to start using if you want to play Mackay effectively. Okay, so here's the next tip. Mackay's grappling hook can actually help you travel distances pretty quickly. Now, how that happens actually depends on you and how good you can do that. Say I want to go from here to like around there, okay? What I'm going to do is that I'm going to grapple on the ground and start b-hopping, okay? So here it is. So as you can see, that's a lot of distance traveled with a grappling hook. So to do this, you have to first be able to b-hop in Battlefield 2042, which is a very easy skill in my opinion to learn. It's not something like, it's not rocket science at all. It's something that you only need to watch a video on YouTube for. Unfortunately, I don't really have a video about b-hopping in 2042. If you want to learn that, there are so many videos on YouTube explaining to you exactly how to do this. I will make a video on that as soon as possible for those who want to know. But generally speaking, b-hopping is something that you need to learn in 2042 just to level up your movement, okay? It's something that's really necessary in Battlefield 2042. So for those who know how to b-hop, let me show you how to do this. As soon as you touch the ground, you start b-hopping, okay? So that's it. As soon as you touch the ground, you start b-hopping and things will be okay for you. Now, this is something very important as a Mackay player to master because this really helps you a lot in situations where you want to flank someone as soon as possible or you want to get out of a situation that's not good for you as soon as possible. So both offensively and defensively, this will help you a lot in 2042. So this is a skill, in my opinion, that mastering it would really be an improvement to your gunplay and gameplay. So that was all about grappling hook, but let me tell you something about the Nimble special trait, okay? When I first started playing Mackay, I was like, this really doesn't make sense. Why do I need more speed when I ADS, you know? There's really no point to it. That was what I thought back in the day. But as I started to play Mackay more and more, and as I gained more experience, I realized how important the Nimble special trait is. Like, it's literally a game changer when it comes to playing Mackay. Because first of all, sometimes you really need to use a zipline, and being faster on the zipline actually saves your life. But in most scenarios, you will get into gunfights, especially in game modes like Rush and Breakthrough, you will get into gunfights that are in close quarters. And in those gunfights, having some more speed while ADS is really a lifesaver. It really helps you a lot when flanking those enemies. It really makes things easier for you. And you really can feel that only when getting used to Mackay and then switching specialists. There are so many people that are main Mackay players, but if you kind of get used to Mackay for like a couple of weeks and then start switching back to another specialist, whatever that specialist is, you will feel the difference and you will feel it in close quarter gunfights where you can't actually get those kills easier, you can't actually do those flanks easier. And these are the things that Nimble special trait actually brings to the table. So it really is a perfect passive trait that Mackay has, and it really saves your life in so many situations, as well as enabling you to get some kills faster which isn't the case for almost any other specialist. And finally, let me take a look at the setup for Mackay. In my opinion, Mackay is a completely offensive specialist, okay? So it's made for this. It really is. Every single gadget that you can have and the special trait that you have is made for being offensive. So playing defensively with Mackay, camping in a specific place and not really moving around isn't unlocking the maximum potential of Mackay. If you want to play like that, play something else. Play Irish, which is a way better specialist for camping in one place. But playing Mackay means being on the move all the time. It means opening up new windows and opportunities for yourself, unlocking some new lines of sight, getting height advantage over your enemies, and being able to flank. So all those are offensive features. And because of that, as you can see, most of the gadgets for Mackay are offensive. You've got the smoke grenade launcher, which is great for flanks. You've got the SPH explosive launcher, which is a sticky grenade, perfect for eliminating one enemy or multiple enemies at the same time. And you have the IBA armor plate, which will give you an extra 20 HP. To be honest, I've never seen any Mackay player using like C5 or the Claymore. I've never seen that, and I recommend you not do that because those gadgets are like going against the true nature of Mackay, which is being an offensive specialist. In my opinion, the best options you have here are the SPH explosive launcher and the armor plate. That depends on you and it's based on your playstyle. If you want to go all out on firepower, the SPH is a better option. If you want to have some more HP and win some more gunfights face to face, in my opinion, the armor plate is your way to go. The smoke grenade launcher is useless in my opinion because you can have the smoke grenade, but if you're one of those players who wants to flank all the time and 2 smoke grenades aren't really enough for you, then the smoke grenade launcher is also a perfect offensive gadget. And again, for throwables, if you want to have like a flanking play style, the smoke grenade is perfect for you. If you want to have some more firepower, in my opinion, the frag grenade, probably even the spring grenade or the concussion grenade can be effective. Especially the concussion is perfect for those flanking situations where you want to clear a room, but you don't want every single person to be looking directly at you. You throw a flash grenade, and then you go in and your enemies are blinded. So that was all you guys needed to know about Mackay. The rest actually requires you to play the specialist and get used to it, get better with it, gain some more experience, and then you'll know how things are eventually, because the most important thing here, guys, is experience. These tips will help you get going, but if you want to get perfect with Mackay, you have to play the specialist and you have to get used to it. So I hope you go ahead and do that, and hope this video was helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed. If there are other tips that I missed and you are a experienced player watching this video, make sure to comment that down below so new players can join the comment section and make good use of your experience as well. Thank you all guys for watching, and until next time, stay cool.